Welcome, everybody. Whoever's here.
How's it going?
It's another day, beautiful day in paradise.
Oh, think twice.
It will suffice. Something, lice.
I don't want lies. Stoker, send them back.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, what do we have? Oh, we have Weston in a colorful array of hues.
That's
Colorful.
right.
I've been wearing the rainbow shirt for a while. I mean, it seemed fitting
Okay.
for this one.
Yeah.
He's just getting an early start on Pride. You know how it goes.
Indeed.
It's a slight itch, but I
So how are
scratched
you?
it, so all is okay.
Good. So how are you aside from itching?
I'm alright. I'm still getting used to my new hair care routine. But can't say that I'm not pleased with the results so far.
Stoker.
Yes.
If I was going to do a charity marathon, one of the stretch goals was like you shaving your head completely bald, would you do it?
Let me put it to you this way. Do you expect Bill Gates to donate?
Or
No, I've got it. Shave all your hair off and your beard and just leave your mustache.
Ugh.
Go for that.
Well, I mean, if I put on some dark glasses, I could at least pretend it was a Dr. Robotnik cosplay.
Nice.
Yeah, you'd look like a cue ball with, like, marks on it.
Listen, y'all don't understand how big my head is. One of the reasons for all the beard and the hair is because it camouflages the pumpkinish proportions of my noggin. And you can quote me on that. Those are my exact words, the pumpkinish proportions of my noggin.
Yeah, I already have pictures of what I look like bald.
Oh no.
And, I don't look good, but I could do it again.
I've never been completely short, but I came very close to it during the pandemic. I did one cut was like I used the it was all like irregular because I will never be good at hairstyling or hair cutting. So I
Well,
actually
not with that attitude.
yeah, thanks. So I
Hey,
actually
do we wanna talk to Sam Daybreak?
yes, we
sorry.
do.
Who did Sam Daybreak? I did not write that down.
I don't
me.
think it was me. It was definitely not me.
I'm
It
pretty
wasn't
sure
me.
it was Miller.
Was it Miller? Okay.
Might be.
Fancy a
Okay.
drink?
Fancy a drink, love dies?
What's your recommendation this time, Sam?
How are you doing, LD?
I'm exhausted.
Fancy a drink?
I thought you might be. How about a dish of edamame and a whiskey Mizurai?
Perfect.
Serving whiskey in a Mizuwari style is good with food. Mixing chilled whiskey and chilled mineral water lengthens the flavor, but maintains mouthfeel. You can really taste the toffee flavor in this one, can't you?
This taste reminds me of something.
My own eggplant.
Remember Dead Nebula's fine-aged soul? A deep and complex yet delicate whiskey. One of Dead Nebula's most popular whiskeys. You enjoyed it just before your exile. You had one last night in my bar before your exile. We drank this together with Lydia, didn't we?
You have a good
Wow.
memory.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
It is my job to remember everything about a guest in my bar.
It's a curse!
I'm not. I'm not just here to serve drinks. It is imperative that I select the right drink and make sure you leave happier than when you arrived.
Where did you learn?
Unfortunately, I did not have a bar master to learn from. I had some other skills to fall back on, though, didn't I?
Assassination.
Assassination is not
Sorry,
just
go on.
placing a knife between ribs. You must know your targets, remember everything about them. Assess the atmosphere and mood of the target to find the perfect moment and method.
I am under suspicion, Aldi.
The kill is a performance, an economy of motion, a ceremony of precision. Tools arrayed and used intimately. You see that when I make a drink, don't you?
I'd love to stay, but this mass murder won't solve itself.
Please come back, won't you?
Looking forward to it. Relationship increase.
Is it just me or does his lower spine look weird? Like it looks too curved. Someone go tell him. I don't like
He's
it.
got,
Someone go tell.
Scoliosis, what?
Yeah.
Know anything about demons on the island?
There shouldn't be any demons on the island, nah?
Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst?
Lydia couldn't contact Yuri for a while. Was that because of a blackout?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Character says he's just really gay. He's like the one actually just straight character, I think.
He's the token straight skeleton.
Yeah, it's him and Lydia are in like a monogamous relationship.
Do you know
Well,
anything?
you know what that means he isn't? A skeleton in the closet.
Oh,
Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building?
I do, don't I, LD? Terrible business, isn't it?
Any idea why Lydia's knife was outside the penthouse?
What?
No idea, LD. You sure it's hers?
I have a bad feeling about this.
It has an engraving from you.
Well, that is her knife. No idea why you found it there, though. Have you asked her about it?
Not like she's gonna be straightforward about it. What were you doing in Doom Jazz's clinic, Sam?
What?
What do you mean, investigator?
Doom Jazz told me he'd seen you sneaking around his clinic.
We must all be deliberate with words, mustn't we?
Fancy a drink?
The wrong word choice can darken truth and cast a false light on conspiracy, can't it?
Okay,
I
but
have a prescription I need to get from the doctor.
Sure.
Prescription.
Fancy a drink?
After Lydia killed me on the battlefield and my body refused to die, I lived on in this form. You think it suits me, don't you? Unfortunately, it has become quite debilitating. A few sequences ago, I began to require regular blood infusion.
Infusion into where?
Where do you get the blood?
It's all ethically sourced from Doom Jazz and approved by the council. Every citizen lets blood as part of their worship, and some of that comes my way. Helping the Syndicate is helping the gods, right?
it's one
Please
way
check
of
with
looking
Doom
at it.
Jazz. He'll corroborate my story.
Sure.
You didn't happen to break into a secure container and take a vial of council blood, did you?
That's not something I would do, is it? Why would I need to do that?
It would be if you were trying to breach the Holy Seals.
Are you accusing me, LD?
We'll see. Accuse!
Paradise feels wrong.
J'accuse.
Know anything about an unauthorized distillery in the Dead
Is
Zone?
this a joke, LD?
The Dead Zone has an aura. The structure of the island is corrupted there. It gives whiskey a unique taste.
Surely the whiskey is tainted as well.
It's quad filtered. The flavor is there, but the taint is removed. It's clean. You should try some. I know it's illegal, but how many times do you have to get whiskey blended in demonic hot zone? I needed to know. You understand, right?
I found a chiller containing a blood vial at your distillery.
Excuse me.
What? What chiller?
Don't test me.
The investigator is here.
Why is the label scratched off?
That's not my business, is it? That vial came from Doom Jazz, didn't it?
The doctor.
It's for my prescription.
The blood vial in your chiller has a letter K on the label where the first name would
The
be.
facts and the truth are not the same.
Kafka Memory's blood sample is missing from Doom Jazz's clinic, and you were seen snooping in there.
Ridiculous.
Is there an accusation anywhere in there, LD?
You know what the Holy Seals are?
They are secret, aren't they? How would I know?
Got it.
One is a blood lock. Several days ago, that blood lock was opened by Kafka Memory.
I'm sure a council member had business in the council building, didn't they?
Montserrat decided that the council should only ever enter the penthouse as a group.
Crime cannot hide.
I think you used that blood sample to gain access to the penthouse.
What?
Why would I do that?
Are you denying it?
Of course I am. I don't know what the third seal was until just now, did I?
I never said it was the third seal.
You did, didn't you?
No, I was careful not to. Thanks, Sammy.
Wa-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, well,
Very-
shit.
Very Columbo there.
Does Yuri come in here?
Why do you ask, LD?
He's after my time, and Lydia mentioned him. I don't know him.
Yeah.
People speak to bartenders, pour their heart out after a bad day.
He does come in from time to time. We all need a drink, right?
What's his drink of choice?
My unique blend.
He likes high-end wine. He doesn't know what he's talking about, though.
He's trying to look the part.
You're right.
What can you tell me about him?
He's a power boy. All he thinks about is power and ambition.
He wants to be on the council?
Sure does. Maybe he finally snapped?
That's strange.
Snapped?
My unique blend.
All he wants is to pursue his ambition. I voted against him in one of his numerous motions, and he came across the room at me. He's angry and impatient. He thinks he's ready to run the show. Don't all young people, though.
What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal?
I don't think I know anything. No one does, do they?
Everybody denies this. Though Crimson Acid was pretty sure that if anybody denied it, they're just hiding it. Want to tell me what a lump of flesh cut from a god is doing in a security safe in your storeroom?
What flesh?
Sammy.
I am under suspicion.
I
LT.
don't know what you're talking about, LD. Is someone trying to frame me? Did someone plant it there? Did you plant it there?
Don't make it this harder than it needs to be.
I promise you, LD. I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you know about the Second Holy Seal?
It's a mystery, isn't it? Not for me to know, is it?
Did you see the architect last night?
Have you asked the architect, LD? That'd be my first stop, wouldn't it?
May you always live in the shadow.
And may you reach the moon.
Do.
Run, I don't believe Sam. At the very least, he's interacted with the third seal.
Yep.
I don't know if he has anything to do with the flesh yet, but he's definitely...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they all have... A bunch of people had reasons for breaking through seals Because I'm pretty sure that they were blackmailed or contracted or something, and they want to hide their part in it. But they weren't directly part of it.
It's like an Ocean's 11, but everybody doesn't know that they're part of the team.
Yeah.
They all
It's
know
like an
they only
Ocean-
did their part.
It's like an Ocean's 11, but there's like 24 of them.
Yeah, each of them only knows that they did their part, and that's all they did. They didn't know it was gonna come to something so big.
It's like a heist movie rather than the movie.
This is like that drug trip that was in a movie I saw when I was on that drug trip.
Man, you remember when Mario and Luigi, like, they went to the other world and then they just took like 3 pounds of ketamine each?
That was the 90s.
Also, I
movie.
took 3 pounds of ketamine before I watched the Mario movie.
The question is, which Mario movie?
All of
Yeah,
them.
man.
Let's go for a drive, LD.
God.
And this is the one with the very loud stuff. Your jacket doesn't smell too bad.
Well, ain't you a charmer, LD?
Ever thought about replacing it?
You're out of your mind. I never replaced a battle jacket. It becomes part of your life, you know?
It's been millennia.
Trying to channel my best Estelle here. And it'll be a millennia more.
What are you painting at the moment?
Abstract stuff? This island's existed for centuries. What does it mean to me? That kind of thing.
I'd like to see them. Might learn something more about you.
I'll paint something that represents you, LD.
What represents me?
I'm thinking about it.
Must be hard, a hard island to paint.
Why?
There's a lot of history here.
I have to focus. Block that out. Concentrate on how the island makes me feel in the moment. The beach okay again, LD?
Perfect.
It's complicated.
LD, I have something I think we should discuss.
Come on, LD.
It's probably nothing,
The
LD.
investigator is here.
Nothing is probably something.
Why?
K-Man is missing, right?
K-Man?
It's complicated.
Sorry, KHX.
Yeah, he is.
It's complicated.
Probably has nothing to do with it, but I liked hanging with K-Man, so I wanted to tell you. The other day, Yuri started freaking out in the HQ. Totally went off at one of the assistants.
Don't test me.
How does this relate to KHX?
He was looking for his ring. It's a nice ring that he commissioned from KHX.
This ring by any chance?
That's the one, LD. Big blue sapphire looks good, right?
Yeah, it catches the light. It looks like the ocean.
What are you talking about, LD?
Where'd you find it?
Sorry, Lydia, investigator's secret. She is not revealing to anybody that KHX is dead. Why was he yelling at the assistant?
Yuri was lashing out. He lost the ring and he was going berserk
Come
about
on,
it.
LD.
Do you think this is relevant? I want to help K-Man, you know?
I think it is. Thanks, Lydia. Now it's time to make you angry.
Eh,
Know anything about demons on the island?
Not a thing, LD. Didn't the marshals kill him during the Henry incident?
What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal?
I don't know, LD. The Holy Seals are kept secret.
Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? Going to ask you them in reverse order.
Can't help you, LD. It's all a secret.
What's going on with the message Witness sent you with the key for the beach obelisk?
What?
What message,
Got it.
LD?
The Moon database has a backup of your tablet. There's a message from Witness with a file attached that's the key to using the obelisk.
Weird.
Is that what that was? I got a message, and as soon as the mail client opened, it crashed out and the tablet died. The tablet was straight dead after that.
Did you take it to get it looked at?
Nah, LD. It was a few days ago. We'll get new tablets on the next island, and my phone still works, so I can still do my job.
That's your statement?
Sure is, LD. I don't know about the file or key or whatever it was.
Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building?
Huh?
Not a thing, LD. I was working last night.
Why?
Why are your tire tracks on the penthouse?
It's complicated.
LD, that wasn't from last night.
When was it then?
A couple of weeks ago, I went up there to think. The sunset looks so good from up there.
Sure you weren't up there up to a little infiltration?
What the hell are you talking about?
You really think I was on the roof of the council building trying to break
Sure.
in?
Somebody got in. Often go climbing, a new hobby.
Good talk, LD.
Never been one for physical pursuits. You know that, LD.
So the rappelling gear I found near the tire tracks from your car on the roof of the council building doesn't belong to you.
Can't say it does, LD. Sorry I can't be of more help.
I found your knife outside the penthouse.
What?
What knife?
That's not a knife.
Oh, knife. Yeah, it is.
It's a combat knife that's engraved with a message from Sam.
You found my knife? I've been looking for that for ages. It disappeared a while ago.
Disappeared.
Come on, LD.
Yeah, I couldn't find it one day. Like it just up and vanished. Or,
Uh-huh.
Strange.
somebody stole it.
Do many things vanish around here, or is it just your knife that mysteriously vanished and then appeared outside a crime scene?
Come on, LD.
Come on, LD. You never lost something before?
Do you know why the
And-
blade is damaged?
You never lost something and had it show up outside a crime scene before?
Good talk, LD.
Not much need for a combat blade on this island, so it just became a tool. Pop the cap of a beer bottle, tighten the axle nut on the car. You know. Can I have it back? It's
Got it.
sentimental.
Afraid not, Lydia. This is evidence. Do you know anything about the open grate on the council building?
Huh?
Great.
Ooh.
A
the
maintenance hatch.
investigator is here.
It's been cut open and something dragged through it.
Come on, LD.
Not sure why you think I know anything about that.
I think your knife was used to open the grate.
If you can prove it, sure.
You're wrong, LD. You're gonna need some proof as well.
Did you see the architect last night?
The island feels bad, LD.
I didn't see her, LD. Was waiting for the call to pick her up. I heard she was at Witness's apartment, if that helps.
Been writing lyrics, Lydia?
What are you talking about, LD?
What do you mean, LD?
Sure.
I found these lyrics in a
The
bottle.
island feels bad, LD.
No way.
Lyrics in a bottle.
That's embarrassing. Should have known the title on this island was junk.
I assume they have some meaning.
Right on, LD.
Never ask a songwriter about their lyrics, LD. If you can't intuit the meaning, you weren't meant to know.
Crime cannot hide.
Sorry to ask this, Lydia, but I need you to tell me about the last job you did.
Why?
You mean moving us to the next island?
No, the regime change in Europe before the Syndicate.
If you can prove it, sure.
Who the hell told you about that? Wait, it was acid, wasn't
It's
it?
complicated.
What does this have to do with the
I
council
don't
murder?
like this.
The murder has all the hallmarks of a regime change.
Bullshit.
Oh, give me a break, LD. Me and Sammy were assassins. We did assassin shit. It was the last job we had to do to buy our freedom. That was millennia ago. A different epoch. It has nothing to do with last night.
Had to ask.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
These characters seem to forget that you legitimately have to follow up on all of these leads.
Yeah.
May your specter gaze upon a star.
And may you reach the moon. Yeah, I think they're all hoping that when you do the like relationship increase stuff, you get to be buddy buddy with them. They're like, oh, they won't pry into my past. We're friends. They know not to like respect me and not do that kind of stuff. Even though Lady Love Dice has shown again and again, that she is actually quite a stick up her ass professional when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ha. Ha. Ha.
Also, I keep wanting to say Lady LD, and then I look at that, like, written down, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Lady Dimitrescu.
Oh, lady!
Lady Von Lady Pants.
Oh, lady!
That's Dr. Lady Von Lady Pants to you, Stoker.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Look at this Dr. Lady to you.
What do you want?
Exactly the same as last time, to speak with
Are
Carmelina.
you still investigating?
Oh my god, you're making me do 3 voices in a row, Rick?
Do we have to go through this every time? Just take me to see Carmelina.
Oh, what is Carmelina?
I mean, consider this, Miller.
Let's
yes,
hang
you're having
out.
to do 3 voices in a row, but consider the voices that I committed myself to doing.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something, Architect?
How can I help Lady Love Dice?
Sure.
This island has an air of quietude.
Craft is its own reward.
Indeed it does. There's a balance here.
Where does the balance come from?
Positioning of function creates form. The functions of the island are arranged as a diamond on a compass. Everything has a place only it can have.
You place function over form?
I am the leader.
It is a folly to prioritize form over function. Without function, a design is worthless. An architect that is scared of function and tries to hide it away is a coward with narrow tastes.
How do you mean?
It is not happenstance that I choose to expose the workings of the island. For example, electricity meters on the side of buildings are not hidden in a more form-fitting hatch or closet. They are exposed and allow us to appreciate their function. If we can find function visually appealing, we have grown.
We have achieved perfection.
The circumstances you find yourself in are of course terrible, but I do hope you enjoy your time exploring this island.
Thank you for your time, Architect.
Investigator, can we discuss something of a delicate nature?
Do you have something you want to tell the investigator?
I beg your pardon?
I don't know if this is relevant, but I will disclose it. At midnight, Witness was fiddling with his phone.
Got it.
Did you see what he was doing?
I didn't.
Got it.
Midnight was when the council were murdered.
We were in the middle of conversation. He abruptly took out his phone and started using it. He was tapping at it for a few seconds.
Did he step out of the room?
What?
No. Why do you ask?
I don't like this.
That means he wasn't making a call. Or if he was, it wasn't one that was answered.
Oh.
Did he say what it was about?
No. He acted like nothing happened.
Thank you, Architect. Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal?
It is a secret, investigator, built without my knowledge.
Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building?
Oh, losing fine marshals to a killer like that is a tragedy. Unfortunately, I don't have any further insight for you, investigator.
Such a shame. Vah, vah, vah.
Know anything about demons on the island?
Do your job.
Besides the one that resides within the killer?
Nothing has been proven yet. He's still an alleged killer.
Quite. The marshals did an exemplary job of wiping the demons out. It was not enough to stop the corruption, though.
Can you tell me about the secret panic room experiment?
Where did you hear that?
People talk.
I abandoned that a long time ago. It was designed to be a bunker of sorts. My plan was to toss them around the islands in case of attack. Syndicate members could hide in them.
I've been in your bunker.
The investigator is here.
Why was it coded only to witnesses' blood vial?
I beg your pardon?
It embarrasses me to say, but it was a lover's retreat. I disliked the design as a bunker and dropped my plans for them. It sat unused.
Craft is its own reward.
Spending time there with the witness felt illicit, exciting, but things didn't work out. I haven't been in there in years.
So I saw in the logs I pulled from it.
I don't like this.
So you definitely weren't experimenting on a killer demon in there.
Absolutely not.
I like the way that's phrased.
What do you know about
Met on top of the demon dissection table?
What do you know about the fourth holy seal?
We have achieved perfection.
Nothing, investigator. It is not my place to know.
If no one knows how to get into the council building and the next island is already built with a new council building, how will the new council get into it?
A good question. If the seals on the next island cannot be breached, we will rebuild the council building.
The perfect next island already sounds less than perfect.
Craft is its own reward.
Perfection requires adaptability. We will adapt.
Want to tell me what you were doing carving flesh from a god?
Believe what you want.
How dare you accuse me of a vile crime like that? That is the height of heresy.
Crime is repulsive.
Crying Grudge said it himself.
Do your job.
No such thing happened.
I think it did.
It is cowardly to insinuate.
Then you will
investigator.
need some evidence. You are accusing the leader of the syndicate of one of the worst crimes imaginable.
You aren't the leader of the
I'm glad
syndicate.
to be
Temporary leader. Yuri claims that the reality folding drive caused a comms blackout last night. Is that something that can happen with a reality folding drive?
This is nonsense.
Why are you asking me?
The drive is operated by Masahiro Heavy Industries, but none of their representatives are left on Paradise. You're the architect, so I thought you might know something.
Can't help you with the specifics, but there have been instances of the drive causing blackouts at the end of an
Got
island.
it.
Did you experience it last night?
No. They are localized though, so that isn't to say it didn't happen. The drive performs a burst to power each island. It throws a lot of radiation and particles out into the air. If Yuri was in a patch of radiation, it would have caused a blackout temporarily.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Do you think it is convenient that it happened around the time of the murder?
This is nonsense.
Do you?
Would you?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
Would I?
Yuri is a loyal member of the syndicate. You do well to focus on the real suspect instead.
Everyone's the real suspect.
Everyone's real sus.
What if I said that there were secret trans-dimensional corridors crisscrossing the island?
We have achieved perfection.
I say you spent too long in the
I'm
scorching
glad to be
sun.
back.
So you don't know anything about them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
To be clear, you are denying crafting secret corridors and hiding a killer within them.
Of course I am. That's totally unbelievable. I think you need a rest, investigator.
Crime doesn't rest, so nor do I. Let's see you explain this away in the trials.
Explain what? A total fantasy?
We'll see.
Feels like something that I personally wouldn't have tipped my hand about, but I'm not the investigator.
I mean, I don't think you're going to get any more physical evidence for it, and she's the only one that would even know about it, so...
Yeah.
Eh.
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 What can you tell me
Bro.
about your self-imposed isolation 25 years ago?
Do your job.
I have no idea why something I did 25 years ago is any of your concern.
Strange.
What were you doing? You said it was for a project, but no one has ever seen what came of it.
What I choose to do is nothing you need to concern yourself with.
And
Was
if,
it
if
because
these
you
characters
were,
were smarter, they'd know why Lady Love Dies is asking these questions.
Mhm.
May the silent go walk with you.
And may you reach the moon.
May you reach the moo.
May you reach the moo.
Conspiracy
Moo.
crafted from the fabric of the island. Did Carmelina's hidden killer commit the crime to end all crimes?
Crime of the century, I tell you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she knows exactly what you're instigating by trying to ask her about her exile 25 years ago. But she just has to deny everything. Just deny everything all the time, always.
Even, that.
Not that.
Yeah,
Yeah, even the fact that she has a secret love child that she uses as a tool.
It's awful cruel.
I don't need to talk to the doctor just yet. I'll give him another break.
Thank you. Now I can finish my cinnamon things.
Oh,
cinnamon
your
things?
cinnamon things.
Ah, I love cinnamon
Delicious
things.
cinnamon things. I'm Adrian says they know why it's just that everyone here is a pompous bitch except Crimson Acid. She can do whatever she wants to me.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all thinking it.
You know what's even better than cinnamon things? Peppermint objects.
I don't know. Those are a bit rich for my blood. And I know a thing or two about blood. Peppermint objects. Oh, Jonas, you're so wacky.
And I know.
Hello again, Yuri. Let's hang out. Got time to chat, Yuri. This is you, Stoker.
Okay, let me... Ah, yes, he was the one
Dario
that gave
voice.
the terribly... But see, I made him... My inspiration for this was Steve Wright. I gave him, like... I even slipped in a couple of Steve Wright jokes here and there.
That's fair.
What do you want, freak?
What kind of music do you like, Yuri?
Good. A properly addressed question. Anyway, I like ska. Why do you want to know?
I'm glad to be back.
I want to get to know you.
Have you been drinking, freak?
Do you have any interest?
Pathetic.
I do enjoy some music. Classical. Music that improves your mood. Like ska.
Studies show that the impact of listening to classical music only lasts for 10 minutes. There aren't any long-term effects.
You don't know me.
Quite. Goodbye, freak.
Goodbye, Yuri. Ding!
Relationship increased.
A very, very tiny amount. Did you see Witness to the End last night?
I am aware the architect planned to visit him last night. You can check with her.
How do you know?
Insufferable.
I am the architect's assistant. I arrange her appointments and make sure that she can carry out her work without being obstructed by anyone else on this island.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night?
What business is it of yours?
Seriously, do I need to hold your hand to go and speak to the Grand Marshal?
Did you see the doctor last night?
He said he was in his clinic. Ask him, not me.
I like imagining that this guy is just like the most boring person in the world, and yeah, he definitely like made a was deceived by a god in order to get the perfect body, but he's still the most boring person in the world underneath.
Nice.
Is this informed at all by my characterization?
It may be. Did you see Crimson last night?
Don't be snide with me.
I knew she was ready for pickup, but I left her until the end. She hates it here, and I had the power to make her wait a little longer, so I did. Ain't I a stinker?
Did you see the architect last night?
Don't be snide with me.
I saw the architect before I started my duties with the fairy woman. You should ask her about the time of the murder, though I was here.
I heard you're missing a ring, Yuri.
What?
Of what interest is that to you?
Is it this one?
Give me that.
Crime is repulsive.
It's impolite to snatch. Want to tell me what it's doing in the fist of KHX's dead body?
You've got nothing on me.
I have no idea. Furiously dialing lawyer, furiously dialing lawyer. He made it for me and I lost it. Someone probably found it and gave it to him, recognizing his work.
Sure.
Probably. Anything else you want to tell me? Anything else you want to lie to me about?
I don't know anything else, freak.
Why?
Why did you shut the boat trips down early, Yuri?
What business is it of yours?
Yeah, what he said.
Just answer the question.
It was part of shutting down the island, ready for the end.
But why? It never normally happens, and none of the other systems were shut down prematurely.
Insufferable.
Don't question how I do my job, freak. I had some security worries and shut it down.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Did it have anything to do with a dead body at the bottom of the cliff?
What?
What dead body?
How dare you?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but surely this is the jurisdiction of the marshals. You're supposed to be investigating the council murder.
I need to investigate this.
It might be linked.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
Did you have anything to do with it?
No.
Definitely not, freak.
A lot of bad coincidences, then?
Must be.
May you see through a million eyes.
And may you reach the moon.
May you see through a million eyes?
Yeah.
You know, may
Like a
you
bug?
turn into an insect. Like
Alright. Go.
Ha-
like in Kafka's Metamorphosis.
Oh, yeah, that's
That worked out so well for him.
Yeah.
I say as if Kafka himself was the one who turned into the insect.
I like the part where he was like, help me, and nobody heard him. 'Cause,
God,
you
do you realize how many people don't get that reference anymore? It's disheartening for someone like me, I'll tell you what.
Get what reference, Stoker?
know. Oh no,
Miller.
it's happening.
Yes.
I will do something.
Damn. He's
At
he
some
means
point.
business.
I have no idea if this is any faster.
But is it more enjoyable?
Maybe.
I mean, some of the voice acting for this is pretty fun.
Hello, Henry.
Ah, that's also me.
Let's hang out again. Let's talk, Henry. Is there any joy to be had on the islands?
Oh yeah, too much, really.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck do you think?
Don't test me.
I'm just trying to get a handle on the island that birthed the crime to end all crimes.
We do our work and pray. Sometimes people go to that bar. Sometimes we go to the beach.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you know that there's boat rides? Fucking boat rides.
Fucking A.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Have you been on one?
I spent my entire life.
Yeah, a
between-
long time ago. My mom took me. We didn't get the best seats. I was a problem kid. Go figure. And she was a single mother.
Were you always shunned?
She made some friends eventually. There was a mahjong club in one of the apartments. She got in with them.
What about you?
I found kids to hang out with. Not friends, though. I just do stuff to make them laugh. Smash windows, set fire to people, whatever. That is some escalation. That's when I started being arrested a lot. No
They really have
kidding.
anything to do with smashing windows and setting people on fire, though.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hang on. What the fuck am I doing opening up like
Whatever
this?
you fucking say.
Whatever.
Ding. Too
Relationship
late.
increased. You want to hear something fucking good? I got something.
Do you have something you want to tell the investigator?
I like you, investigator. I think you're onto something. The code to the safe in my apartment is...
I thought you had a bad memory.
Some things just get engraved on it. Trust me, I wish they didn't. People should have minds full of things. If you only have a couple of things rattling around in there, it's torture.
My mind is like a desert covered in
The
fog.
same thing keeps bouncing off the edges of your consciousness, like that screensaver thing where it's like the Windows logo and it's like bing, 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 bing. And it's like a gunshot each time.
We gotta ask you some stupid questions again. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night?
Fucking surprise!
Who the fuck are they?
Did you go through the blood lock in the council building?
What does the one in the armor say?
Akiko, that you killed the council, so you went through all the holy seals.
There you go, then.
No memory?
Uh-huh.
The investigator is here.
I found your blood on the lock. That puts you at the scene.
Whatever you fucking say.
Then why are you asking me?
You know anything about your father?
What do you think? He wasn't around when I was born.
Did your mother know him?
I spent my entire
I think so. She'd never talk about him. I think she loved him. She was scared of talking about him. Find my father.
Henry, do you know the name Aiz Kiwami?
Never heard of him. Is he my dad?
Looks like it.
Is he a good man?
Sorry.
He, took his own life a few years ago. I'm sorry.
I'm shocked, stunned.
Fucking
I
perfect.
spent my entire life adrift.
At least he doesn't know what his son did.
Allegedly did.
I'm shocked, stunned.
What fucking ever.
Did you see the architect last night?
Who?
While we're here,
Oh boy!
Get ready to roll your
okay.
let's hang out. Got a minute, Akiko?
You're going to die, and maybe I am too.
Sure.
You do anything outside of soldiering?
Why are you so interested to know?
We're all part of the syndicate. I'm trying to establish a friendship.
Why would I want to have a friendship with a dobiticule like you?
The what?
I don't know. I didn't even pronounce it correctly.
Friends and relationships expand our worldview. They can also provide comfort and support.
Ticalos.
Sure.
Just tell me something about yourself. Do you have a pet?
You need to back off.
A pet? Fine. Two
Oh, I'm glad
goldfish.
to be
There
back.
we go. We're getting somewhere.
Caestadureros.
What are their names?
Nenorachito, you're out of your
I'm
mind.
not telling you that.
It's classified. What drew you to fish? Did you have them as a kid?
Soldiers of honor.
In the barracks, just after I was taken in by the New Night Army. I looked after them while I adjusted to military life.
Do you miss those days?
War is no place for children, Prost. I did what I had to.
What about?
That's it, I'm done. No more. Goodbye, Nenorachito.
Rahat.
Relationship increased.
Got it.
Ninorchito.
Is there something else, Akiko?
No, it's nothing.
Akiko, it seemed like you had something you wanted to say earlier.
You're trying to find
Probe.
the wrong truth.
It was nothing, Ninorchito.
Don't test me.
Spit it out. We're both busy. Do you know something about someone on the island?
Griffa!
Fine. It's about
What
Crimson.
the hell?
What about her?
She came to me in secret to ask about becoming a marshal.
Rahat.
I don't give this information up lightly, Ninorchito.
I'm a soldier.
She used to be a fine soldier. She was blessed by the gods for her role in repelling the 19th Island invasion.
Prost.
I'm the only syndicate member allowed to be a marshal. There was nothing I could do for her.
Weird.
Why are you telling me this? Henry is your only suspect.
Rahat.
Henry did it, Ninorchito. No doubt. I'm just telling you that there may be someone that would benefit from him doing it.
I'll look into it. Thank you, Akiko. May your night be bright.
And may you reach the moon.
Jonas, if you do like a cast picture for this one, I think you know what Stoker has to be doing.
Oh my god.
I love how the chat's trying to like bop me and stop me.
You're like, Stoker! No!
And there's
Cannot
just
do this.
there's no stopping me. I'm committed to this at this point. I can't change the voice now. That would be weird.
Ha. Ugh.
I speak Spanish and I don't even roll my R's that hard. Well, it's not Spanish, it's supposed to be Romanian.
Look, I just gave her an accent. I did not
Yeah.
stop to consider what accent.
Stoker's like doing his own thing. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, the non-English words she's using are Romanian.
Now, if I were to try to make it more like Romanian or Hungarian, there's a kind of a thing that they often do where the R is almost but not quite an L. So it's like, you don't say Dracula, you say Dracula, you know? Or more accurately, it would be Draculia.
Draculia.
Yes. But I have made a choice as an actor, and even though it pains me, I shall continue down this road. Even though it pains all of you too. Actually, that's a bonus. But
You mean you're an actor?
yes, I am an actor, a performer. Also, it's getting more and more fun every time, so.
Open that
Okay.
safe. Open that safe.
Henry said the code is it unlocked. Proves that it pays to be nice to people sometimes. Let's see what a citizen
Only
like Henry would
sometimes.
be hiding in a safe. The Grimoire of Mahida. A bit of light reading.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
This book predates the Great Betrayal. It was written by a scholar of the esoteric Mahida. She was famed for learning how to communicate with the gods and hold cosmic communes with them.
I don't like this.
This should be in the restricted vault of the Syndicate's library.
Sure.
Yuri accessed the restricted area a decade ago. Did he take this? I guess this is the book Henry said he was given. This might prove that his possession was aided. Someone wanted the island to be invaded by demons, but why?
Yuri. Yuri.
Ha.
What have you done, Yuri? Why have you done it?
Where have you done it? Who have you done it?
When have you done it? It was 10 years ago. Oh, that's right.
Ha. Oh.
Who's next? Who are we gonna Columbo into admitting their guilt next?
I still say all of them did it. It was Ides of March style.
Nice.
And talk to Crimson Acid while we're passing by.
Crimson Acid.
This one is Jonas.
Oh, that's right.
Got time for a chat, Crimson. Tell me about your blessing.
The 19th Island incident. It was a weird island from the beginning. Strange feeling in the air, like it was a powder keg waiting to go. About 2 centuries into it, the demonic invasion happened.
Think it was a setup?
Doesn't add up.
You mean by the Syndicate? A conspiracy? I don't think so. We discovered an Eden cult in the apartments. They had convinced themselves a passing comet was the god. They were amateurs, but managed to reach out into space. The demons flooded in.
Why was this invasion so bad?
Akiko and Marshall hit the cult hard. Real shock and awe response. The apartments were demolished before the corruption set in. We thought we got them, but the cult had a trick. There was a possessed cult member chained up in the sewers. The Marshals missed them in their sweep, high on successfully wiping out the apartments. The guy in the sewers let the demons slowly seep into the island. The foundations of the island became rotten. Then the demons attacked. Swarms of them came from underground. Everyone took up arms.
So you fought the fight and got blessed.
Not just a pretty face lady. Akiko and her marshals were pinned down at the temple. I held the line at the council building. Akiko's never forgiven me. She was convinced the demon general would go for the temple. I believed otherwise.
Thank you.
After the battle, the gods blessed me and I got this new head. Story time's over, lady. Be glad I didn't charge you for this. Go save paradise instead of hanging around a sewer.
I'll be back for another story.
Tell me a story, mommy.
We need to talk, Acid.
We're in a dark time.
I mean, mommy.
Nice.
Jonas.
That's right. You never call me Acid.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Why was KHX accusing you of stealing the key to the second Holy Seal?
Me.
Shit.
Crime cannot hide.
This makes you a prime suspect. Spill it.
You're letting the snakes
I promise
get
I didn't
to you.
kill the council. I need you to know
Don't test
that.
me.
Get on with it.
The Holy Seals are the holy grails of secret hunters. They're so locked down and under wraps.
What do you mean?
I was losing sleep each night thinking about them. I knew KHX designed the second seal, so I started talking to him. I also knew he was obsessed with me.
Got it.
Obsessed.
I'm innocent.
More than I expected. I thought he was just horny for me. But he had got it into his head that if we achieve perfection on the next island, he'll send to heaven.
Is this a fact or a truth?
His diary called you his queen in the astral heaven.
Good snooping, lady. Since I'm blessed by the gods, he coveted me as a trophy queen.
That's strange.
The guy was out of his
I
mind.
don't like this.
You keep using the past tense.
I'm not stupid. If the council got on the bad side of a killer and the person who designed part of their security is missing, he's either dead or might as well be.
Is this a fact?
Did you do it?
Money.
Please.
Even if he was going to squeal to Montserrat?
I talked him down. I strung him along in a relationship. I could persuade him to do almost anything.
Except give you the secret to the second holy seal.
There was a data key he guarded. I took it and made a copy.
How'd you copy it?
Business is business.
You ask a lot of questions. Someone in Masahiro Heavy Industries owed me a favor. That favor was an hour in one of their high-end computer labs. It turned out to be a heavily encrypted digital key on a flash drive. I put the key back in his workshop, apologized profusely, and did something to take his mind off of it.
Something, in quotes.
The investigator is here.
God, I wish that were me, .jpg. Also, I really appreciate that she's like the one who gives you the straightest answers of any of them.
Did you use the key?
No. I know where and how, though. The obelisk's on the beach. The key works on them.
The investigator is here.
And that's the second seal secret.
Don't be coy.
No, there's more, but I don't know what.
Why didn't you use the key?
Bad vibes, lady. I could feel it in the air. Things were happening on the island.
Could feel it coming in the air tonight?
Crime is repulsive.
Oh, Lord.
This still
I
makes
happen
you a
to,
suspect, Crimson.
I happened to look back in the chat and I just saw that Adrian said, Stoker, you are rolling these R's straight off a cliff.
I know.
Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst?
Not down here. Those are very rare, lady. If he's using that as an alibi, you need to be skeptical with a C.
May your journey be endless.
And may you reach the moon.
I forgot I did that. Chad, I forgot I put a 69 command in there.
Nice.
Wait, what did it do? I missed it.
It just says nice, but that's not a command. That's
Oh,
all it
right.
does.
I remember now. You actually did show us that on when you were working on that. I'd completely forgotten.
I had forgot about it too until I did the help command. It lists out the commands and 69's on there. I'm like, oh, right.
Isn't there another hidden command?
Yeah, it's 69 or 420 does the same thing.
Okay.
Funny numbers are funny.
Funny numbers.
The sex number in the
I just had a
number.
terrible idea. Somebody puts in
What?
exclamation point lurk. You give them the message back. Congratulations, you've been registered into our lurkers directory.
Do it. I love that.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to see if going back to the library with the tomb was going to do anything.
But yes, also in this most recent update, I added a help and commands command.
Oh, nice.
It gives a little thing of just like use the redeems to change the form, and here are the commands you can do.
No.
Character says, "What's the perks there are to being in the lurkers directory?" Well, if you do exclamation remove lurk, then it will say, "Thank you for subscribing to the lurkers directory. Would you like a lurkers fact?" And then you would say, "I don't want a lurkers fact." And it's like, "Thank you for subscribing to the lurkers directory. Your first lurkers fact is that you are loved in a parasocial way. Make sure to never leave the channel whatsoever, or else Rick might not love you as much."
You know, another alternative is years ago there was a set of pumpkin carving stencils, and one of them was just some eyes staring from a shadow, and the caption, the title of that particular stencil was "Here's lurking at you."
Yeah.
And that was an inside joke with an old friend of mine and I for years. "Here's lurking at you."
Nice.
Anyway, just lurking thoughts. Just lurk things. I didn't choose the lurk life, it chose me.
I didn't choose the lurk life. The second monitor chose me.
Respawning.
That was gonna get me over the pylons here.
Dr. Dangers.
Let's hang out. Got a sec, Doc?
Wonderful to see you again, loved eyes.
You're the only one that doesn't call me the investigation freak.
It's not nice to call people names, is it? That name was given to you derogatorily. You may have lived up to it, but you should be careful of the labels you let stick to you.
Sometimes you need to make the best of it. Sometimes you need pointing in the right direction.
Fabulous.
I love a positive outlook. Don't let the others get to you. You know this syndicate. Self-serving and jealous. Just like the
Want to
gods.
play doctors and nurses?
Glad you're rising above it. You always go in for the real talk nowadays?
Got something else you want to talk about?
I don't know. Things just feel pretty heavy around here.
You're not the one tasked with saving paradise.
I'm not the right person for the job. You are, though.
You're forgiving and forgetting my past.
Ah, whatever. We all make mistakes. Never been the type to bind people to their history. People change.
I'm impressed, Doc. You didn't proposition me this time.
Wonderful.
I assume you're going to stop by again at some point before this is all over.
We'll see. I've been told that you're in love with Akiko.
Investigator.
I assume you paid for that secret. It's none of your business or anyone else's. It has nothing to do with your case.
Fine. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst?
Can't say that I did. They're pretty unusual.
Akiko thinks the demon tricked the inhibitors, and that's how Henry escaped.
It's certainly a theory.
Is it a good one?
There's no proof. I can't say anything without
I
proof.
see.
We've never encountered this phenomenon before, but every race of demons is different. It's worth considering, but you need to try and find proof before relying on a theory.
I'll keep that in mind. What about the death screams? Could they cause an adrenaline burst?
I'm worried.
Well, maybe, but I don't know how you'd weaponize a death scream.
What about one of these?
Theoretically,
It looks like it records death screams. Is that a directional speaker?
Sure.
It is. How would you record a death scream?
You could record the brain activity using electrodes. The device looks like it has a crystal in it. Some crystals are capable of recording emotions. A death scream gets written to that, and upon stimulation, the crystal would output this scream. It's a one-shot use, though. You can see the crystals burnt out. I could never experience the death screams as I'm not a sufferer. I presume you want my opinion, though. The demon that possessed Henry is attuned to psychic energy. Could have been used to agitate it.
Handy if you wanted to turn Henry into a weapon.
Bless you.
Aiz Kiwami fathered a child.
What?
Oh.
The blood samples match.
Investigator.
The only place you could have gotten a sample of Kiwami's blood is from his grave. You broke into my best friend's grave to get a blood sample. You desecrate the place of someone I consider a brother to run around with some conspiracy theory?
What?
We're done here. I like you, investigator, and I'll help you with any genuine lines of inquiry you have, but I won't tolerate this.
Do you give Sam blood?
Yes, I do. He has a rare condition. You might have noticed he has no flesh and his skeleton's bright red. Just a few small details, you know?
He has a rare condition. It's called being a skeleton.
Council approved letting him have citizen blood that is let in the temple. He developed this condition a few sequences ago. I suspect his body is starting to give out. Metro says the accent feels like an unholy cross between Glaswegian and Cockney. It's supposed to be like Londoner and
That is nowhere
Parthian or
near
something
London.
like
May the cosmos be a mystery.
that. And may you reach the moon. Alright, well, maybe I
Listen, you
don't
just
know
need
British.
to you just need to roll your R's more. That's what it's missing.
Stoker, I'll have you know that I can roll my R's.
Amazing.
Really?
Arrivederci.
That rules.
Well, yes, I'm trying to do something between like English, Scottish, and Australian. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You're fired.
There he is.
You
Hello
must
again,
now exit-
Yuri.
Yuri Knight.
You have to exit the
All right,
Commonwealth,
that's
Miller.
me again.
Got time to chat, Yuri.
What is it?
You look like the kind of person that likes wine.
What business is it of yours?
I do a refined drink. I am able to enjoy expensive wine, better wine, while listening to my classical music.
You're
I'm
fortunate.
very sophisticated. It helps that I have access to older wines, always a sign of quality.
That's not always true. Most wines are made to be consumed within their first 1 to 5 years.
Trust me, freak. Older is better. You're clearly not very experienced with wine.
Bleak?
Not everyone can appreciate wine. It isn't something for novices or the lower class. I'm gonna laugh so much if at the end of this game she ends up on the new council and he doesn't.
Nonsense. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
The lower class are often jealous of those with more refined tastes. Goodbye, freak.
Goodbye, Yuri. Ding!
Yeah, it's not a spirit. Spirits get better as they get older. Wine does not work the same way.
Do you know why a book that you took from the library was in Henry's safe?
Nothing to do with me.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Henry says a stranger passed him a forbidden book and told him to keep it a secret. That book is one you accessed.
Worthless.
Not sure you can prove that, freak. If I remember correctly, the library vaults only record entry and exit, not what was read or taken.
You just happen to know that.
No, freak, I don't just happen to know that. I use the vault to acquire books for the architect. I know how the system works because I use it often.
Did you access the library vault and give forbidden books on demonology to Henry?
No.
Paradise feels wrong.
You're the only one of the suspects who accessed that vault.
You got nothing on me.
That doesn't mean the book came from me.
May you see through a million eyes.
And may you reach the moon. Or
No, seriously,
fucking
turn into a
whatever.
cockroach.
Yeah,
It
Jules
would
says wine
improve
that
you.
gets older has another name. Vinegar.
Well, I don't get it though, because I'm not a wine drinker, but like, why do people like value old wine then? Like really old wine, like oh, this
Because
is
it's
a great
just
year.
rare.
Yeah, something
And
else
see,
has to
here's
actually
the-
happen to it in order for it to turn to vinegar. There's a different taste to old wine that still keeps its not vinegar profile.
Okay.
See, here's the thing you need to know about wine connoisseurs. If you don't show them the label, they actually can't tell the expensive stuff from the cheap stuff.
It's like you can tell an older wine from a younger wine, but you can't tell price difference.
Yeah. It's the cheap wines. like, when you're talking about new wines, the cheap wines really are just as good as the old ones.
Yeah, you can't tell a 13-year from a 130-year. Like, after a certain point, it's just not really noticeable.
Got it.
Let's hang
Also-
out, witness. Want to chat, witness?
I must warn you that I am not one for long conversations. That's the most blatant lie he's told so far.
Why plants?
The end times are looming.
The gods tended to us and raised us. Maybe I can hope to have some insight into their brilliance by tending to life myself.
I remember that you were a devoted follower of Destroyed Eden.
Our gods work in esoteric ways.
He gallops through the universe, a true majesty. My unwavering devotion to him got my through many dark times. My through.
You're through.
He was a light I could follow.
You want to talk about these dark times?
The gods are watching us.
They are behind me now. The old life is gone. Now I only concern myself with my holy work. Do not dwell on your past. Embrace the life. Let me try that again. Do not dwell on your past. Embrace the life ahead of you and let the gods shine upon it.
I'll keep that in mind. Ding.
Relationship increased. I am enjoying our conversations, Lady Love Dies.
Watching us.
There is a sensitive matter which we could discuss further.
Do you have something you want to tell the investigator?
Of course no.
Things happened while you were in exile, Lady Love Dies. The architect and I became close, and we married. It didn't last, though.
Surely this is a joke.
She is obsessed with a perfect island. There wasn't any room in her heart for me or the gods. I've been reluctant to tell you until now, but I am worried about her. Her mind is not on the cosmos.
In what way?
Do you believe that you should be rewarded for your craft?
Craft is a reward unto itself.
The gods are displeased.
The architect was like that as well, but dark clouds began to gather over her. Her prayers were not as fervent as they once were. I felt her work was not being done in the name of our star-born masters. She began to crave more validation, more credit for her work.
That's it.
She architects our islands. Without her, we have nothing.
The gods are watching us.
Our work is for the gods. They lifted us up and we must do the same for them. Personal reward is a sin that pushes us from their light.
What?
I fear she has forgotten this.
Thank you for confiding in me, witness. Were you and Carmelina married 25 years ago?
What?
No, we had fallen apart a few years before that. Why do you ask?
Apparently, she went into isolation for a year about 25 years
This
ago.
island is full of sinners.
I remember that. I have no idea what she was doing. She likes to lose herself in her work. She said she was working on a project and didn't want to be disturbed.
Got it.
Was full isolation unusual?
A little, but I didn't pay much attention. The Syndicate's fall from grace was a bigger concern.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Where'd she isolate herself?
She has always built herself little hideaways in the islands. is. Places she won't be disturbed. I don't know where it was.
Witness, I need to talk to you.
Sure.
What do you know about this device that I found? It looks like it records the death screams you suffer from and replays them. It's been fitted with a directional speaker that allows them to be targeted. I found it pointed at Henry's cell. Doom Jazz hypothesized that someone possessed by a demon would be agitated by it and have a spike of adrenaline.
Paradise feels wrong.
Sounds perfect for whipping Henry into a frenzy when Akiko went to execute him, giving him a chance to escape.
Well, that's fucked up. The death screams are torture. I would never inflict them on anyone else.
I don't like this.
So you're denying it?
What?
Of course. There's no evidence that I placed or used the device.
Did you see Lydia and Sam last night?
Speak to Yuri. He is her handler.
May you fly with destroyed Eden.
I am still bathed in the glory of the gods.
And may you reach the moon.
Investigation notes. Oh. I'm running out of investigation notes.
Oh no.
Still haven't found the one last kiss. I don't even remember what she said.
I don't remember anything about her.
Remember anything at all?
Yeah, basically.
History seems a little abridged.
Would you like a little hint with where to find One Last Kiss?
Yes.
Syndicate HQ Graveyard.
Not even past a graveyard at any point. Sorry. Got stuck on the other side of this thing. Don't mind me. Can I actually get into the shed? Nope.
Sorry, did I say Syndicate HQ Graveyard? It's just Syndicate Graveyard.
Yeah, potato, potato.
Guess that might be at the temple then. Or near it.
Starker, don't you mean potato potato?
Yes,
No.
Jonas, that's exactly what I mean. You nailed it.
Oh. Courthouse.
Job well done.
That's what I do. Trottle.
Gravy.
No, Miller doesn't like gravy.
It's not for him.
Alright, that's fair enough.
It's for me. I want extra gravy.
Maniac.
Missed this thing. Island Sequence 13. 13th Island Sequence, The Shame of Lady Love Dies. She is deceived by Damned Harmony. He tries to let the god hunters onto the island to kill us. Praise be to the Paradise Trigger for saving us.
It's also still a thing. We still don't know what happened during her deception.
Stuff.
Stuff.
Thank you for your ever insightful comment, Stoker.
You're welcome.
Truly, you are a credit.
He's extra credit.
That's right. Don't you forget it.
Another one. Island Sequence 14. 14th Island Sequence Celebration. Our worship reinvigorated one of our beloved rulers. Lost Pain awoke from slumber on the dark side of the moon.
Well, bully for them.
Are we trying to kill Lost Pain?
I don't know. I can't tell anyone apart without a program.
Stuff in here I never looked at.
Well, no time like the present.
But there's
No
also
time.
the past and the future and the near future and the far future. And
Faulty
the...
worship stamp obtained. When a citizen completes their allotted worship quota in a day, the report card is stamped. It is also stamped for overworship.
Every new detail that you find out about this place makes it seem like it sucks more and more.
Time-worn blood bowl obtained. A bowl used to collect blood during the slaughter ritual. After filling a bowl, a reveler is allowed to take no more than one sip before passing it on.
Gotta share the blood, man.
It's like puff puff pass, but for blood.
Shadow Zero carving obtained. A carving about the god Shadow Zero. Capricious god that caused destruction on every planet she touched. Tentacle armed goat.
Alarm goat.
Tentacle arm goat.
I mean, she was okay. I don't know if I'd call her the goat.
Asteroid Eden, a huge centaur god that roams space. He made a crown of asteroids and filled their caves with harems of fanged men he encountered on a dying planet.
Okay, I can understand that.
Sure.
Hey, Jonas.
What?
You know those photos from buffets
There's this
of
thing of
like
Shinji up here I didn't even talk to.
badly misspelled
Ow.
labels on buffets, like spinach, and like
Yes.
I was just thinking about those.
It's a real shame about the murder, isn't it? Hard to have a good time when everyone's so worked up. I'm trying, though. Really am. I'm off to hunt crows.
Nightmare computer. Nightmare computer unlocked.
Golly gee.
Item obtained.
Blood vial, Grace bloodlines obtained. This is the grave of Grace bloodlines, Henry's murder victim from whom he was arrested. Starlight can verify that this is her blood vial. Haunted, complex, crescent, drifting sand, satellite. That's her unique blood code. This is Grace bloodline's blood vial.
What the hell?
Why does One Last Kiss want me to find this? There she is.
You being a pension investigator?
Who was One Last Kiss?
I have no recollection.
Stoker.
Was I her?
Wasn't
That's
me.
what it says on the voice sheet.
Yeah,
Oh my god. What did I voice her as?
I mean, she has the character's voice lines in game have a very heavy French accent.
Alright, fine. I'll give her a very heavy French accent. Do you understand, investigator?
Starlight confirms this is Grace bloodline's blood vial.
Haunted, complex, crescent, drifting sands, satellite. That's the blood code from the file, correct?
Sure.
That almost slipped into German for a moment there.
You could only know that code if you were Grace bloodlines, our chief exorcist. You were murdered by Henry when he was
Do
arrested.
you understand, investigator?
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
Aren't you being a pension investigator?
What keeps someone from moving on? An obligation, a purpose, an unending rage?
That's weird.
Your murder was set up, or was it the wrong place at the wrong time?
Who can say? The truth is all around you, investigator. No! You should read this.
What is it?
The official report of the murder of Grace bloodlines.
What about the Holy Seals?
I'd been waiting for that question.
Do you know something about them?
Another time, investigator.
The facts and the truth.
Wait,
are
I'm not
the
done with
same.
you.
Those are facts.
Oh,
But
yes,
they
you are.
The truth?
Investigator, aren't you happy about last night?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Hard to be happy about a mass murder.
Then try harder. That depends on your perspective. Your people. You have benefited directly from this mass murder. No more exile for the great investigator.
There is corruption on this island, investigator.
Oh, yes, there is. Demonic taint is the least of our worries when the syndicate is rotten. The council deserved nothing less.
The investigator is here.
Sounds like you have a motive.
What mysteries are
We
about
all
us?
have fucking motive, lady. The syndicate is built on dead bodies. Egos and ambition can only be sustained by death.
Those are facts. But are
I'm
they
a casualty on the path, left to bleed out for someone's benefit. Can you imagine what benefits that would be, investigator? The council deserved to die, sliced to ribbons.
Are you admitting to the crime?
Wouldn't that be too easy, investigator? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I was there. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I helped. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm sorry.
Do you know who did it?
Maybe I do.
Yes and no. I have some answers, but not all.
Where were you at the time of the murder?
I have no alibi, investigator. You're the only person on this island that knows I exist.
Don't test me.
And did you murder the council?
Of course not, investigator. They deserve to die, but they deserve to be murdered by someone else. I have a vested interest in the whole system coming down, not just the top players. If I may offer some advice, the Syndicate are all backstabbers. If you believe there is a conspiracy, break one of the suspects at trial. They'll crumble and turn on each other. 1 second. I look forward to our next conversation, investigator. I do hope you have more interesting questions.
One last kiss.
She disappeared. She's a spirit lingering in this world, driven by rage and revenge. Perfect.
Got it.
There's more to her death than the official story. If she was murdered as part of some kind of plot, that gives her real motive for killing the council. Let's look at the report of her murder. Henry became
She was
possessed.
physically capable of killing them?
I don't know. Henry became possessed, and the arresting officer was Akiko. Akiko requested the presence of Grace Bloodline's Syndicate's
I
exorcist.
have a bad feeling about this.
During the exorcism, Akiko left the room, and Henry took the opportunity to kill Grace by strangulation. His demonic strength allowed him to break through his restraints and quickly kill her. He apparently carved the same symbols scorched into his skin into Grace's body.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Before his arrest, Henry murdered his own mother, Arena Division.
Got it.
He strangled her and scorched her body with demonic sigils.
Sure.
Doom Jazz examined the bodies and confirmed it. Henry was subdued, arrested, and pronounced guilty without a trial. One Last Kiss seems to think this isn't so straightforward. I need to speak to Akiko about the lapse in procedure and Henry to see if he remembers anything, which is unlikely. Maybe Doom Jazz can help since he examined the victims.
Rev says she just handed us a physical report, so presumably she's corporeal enough to stab someone.
Oh, here she is again.
One last kiss.
Oh,
Can I actually hang out with her? Got time to chat?
sorry, 1 second. I have all the time in the world until the island ends.
Dude was asking, okay, what are you eating, Rick? Fig Newtons.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
It's fruit and cake.
It's a fruit-flavored fusion. Okay, all right.
I want to ask you about being deceived by a god.
You're the expert in that area, aren't you, investigator? Less sick burn!
You are our exorcist. You're the expert in all things astral. I want to know how it happens.
The victim catches the attention of a god. The god begins to speak to them in their dreams. Why do you think you caught the attention of a god?
I was the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit.
A perfect target for the machinations of a god looking for power.
Do you understand, investigator?
Damned Harmony saw an opportunity with you. The key that would unlock the Syndicate.
He wanted to kill us all and feed off the released psychic energy.
The Immortal Syndicate have a lot of energy to give off. He might have resurrected.
He'd have been the only god in town.
The gods have no sense of community, do they? Frighteningly antique, yet they have learned nothing.
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
Stay out of the shadow of your past, investigator.
What was Montserrat's plan?
With regards to demons,
Laughable.
millennia ago he would never have gone along with Carmelina's plan. It changed. He wanted control. All rulers do. The Syndicate wasn't reviving gods fast enough. We were struggling with the demons, a continual thorn in our sides. Carmelina's plan to block demonic corruption is flawed. The demons would be repelled from the island structures, but would still possess our cattle. They will scapegoat the citizens. He could come down fiercer on them. A nice move for an aspiring despot.
That isn't the Montserrat I remember.
What do you want me to tell you? You've been gone for 8,000 years. Immortality isn't a good thing. It warps the mind. He followed in the footsteps of Ezekiel. They went too far. The new island is born. You will have to live with it.
I love having something to look forward to. How has Carmelina demon-proofed the island?
Demons and God are just alien beings from different worlds. They enter our world through psychic pathways that bridge huge distances in the universe. Traveling along a pathway breaks down the demon's form. Their psychic image crosses space and gathers the solid matter when they arrive on the island. The marshals hunt those demons down and exterminate them. Soldiers have their uses, after all. When demons don't manage to assume a fully corporeal form, they soak into the physical structure of the island.
And the island becomes corrupted.
What mysteries are
The
around
rot
us?
sets in, and the island must end. Carmelina and Masahiro Heavy Industries developed a new technique that repels this corruption. Their plan is to charge the particles in our air, stopping demons from being able to latch on to the physicality of the island. The very concrete will repel the demons.
That's strange.
Does that mean that Perfect 25 will be filled with demons floating around in the air?
Wouldn't that be hilarious? That's the dirty secret. Demons will still come to the island, and they need somewhere to go. The next best thing to the island structure are the minds of citizens.
1 second.
How is everyone enjoying my accent on this one?
It's good.
Workable.
It's work. You're like, it's sound.
It is definitely sounds
Okay.
coming out of your mouth.
Zucker.
Oh, sorry, I did not realize you had returned already. Perfect 25 will be a hotbed of demonic possession. Human minds are malleable and porous. Unlike concrete, we have a certain amount of latent psychic ability. The structure of the island will be safe and permanent, but the citizens are the sacrifice being made to the pursuit of perfection.
The marshals will be busy.
Are you happy with your truths?
And so will you if you get to reform the Paradise Psycho unit.
Got it.
That's not my priority.
Well, it will be.
How is a god's deception different to the illegal communication that allows demons onto the island?
Do you believe a human has the same ability to speak across the vast and infinite cosmos? Let me start this entire line over.
Please do.
Do you believe a human has the same ability to speak across the vast and infinite cosmos as a god? We are amateurs at opening the psychic pathways. The pathways are weak and easy to breach. The gods can speak across the universe without attracting the baying demonic horns.
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
The victims' dreams are filled with visions of the gods. They become the gods' thrall, executing their will for promises of power. The victim doesn't realize it has happened. It is subtle, insidious.
Sorry.
That's how it was with me.
There is corruption on this island,
The syndicate
investigator.
hasn't worked out how to deal with god deception yet. The actions you take at the behest of a god are criminal, but you're a victim of the god. I hope that answered your question.
It did. Thank you. You think this was all
Are
Henry?
you happy with your truths?
Aren't you paying attention, investigator? Of course I don't. I've seen people doing things. Loyal servants turn to conspirators. Someone found out how to breach the council building. I was there. I saw them. A devilish plan.
Sure.
Who?
That would be far too easy.
Who do you think has motive?
Every fucking character in this game. Very direct, investigator.
It's been a long millennia. I'm a little cranky.
Mystery awaits.
What if there were no more islands to end? Someone wouldn't have a job to do.
What the hell?
Witness?
And who would benefit from a crime like this? Who would suddenly be called upon to protect against danger?
Got it.
Akiko.
What mysteries are around us?
Time to start asking questions, investigator. Oh boy, there's so many lines.
What do you know about Akiko?
Truth is all around you, investigator.
When you have a hammer, all you see are nails. She's been trying to roll more power into her marshals. I'm starting to turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Power?
Akiko wants... No, that's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know what voice I'm doing anymore. Akiko wants non-military roles to be taken by her troops. I was on her list. She's all dealing with demons only as a military problem.
Investigator.
Exorcisms shouldn't be done by soldiers. They're not trained for it. Akiko disagreed. She said they could exercise them with their guns.
So why kill the council?
Scare the next council into militarizing. Create a soldier's paradise.
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
Do you think that's enough of a motive?
Did you see Henry while you were floating around the island last night?
Did I? Didn't I? I don't want
I
to
have a
say.
bad feeling about this.
Why?
That's the key to this whole thing. You need to investigate it yourself.
What can you tell me about the sigil scorched into Henry's skin?
They hurt like a bitch. Demons speak in arcane tongues. During a possession, the demon is screaming in rage. The victim screams in the tongue of the demon, but the noises humans are capable of making are too limited.
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
We cannot pronounce demonic languages. We don't have the vocal range or understanding. Sometimes the demon's psychic force wills the words into existence. This can take a number of forms. Telepathy, unearthly sounds, loss of vision, erectile dysfunction, and so on. In Henry's case, The white-hot rage of the demon caused the sigils to be scorched on his body. His body was burned from the inside, like when you eat the ribs too late at night, no? His insides are probably destroyed. His physical form is being held together by the demon.
Do these sigils affect anyone else?
Those he comes into contact with will also have them scorched into them.
The investigator is here.
What kind of contact?
The murdery kind. A strong embrace. The skin needs to be pressed against another skin for several seconds.
The same sigils were found drawn in blood at the crime scene. Would Henry have done these?
Do you understand, investigator?
Drawing is an expression of the human mind. When you draw, you communicate something in your mind outwards, like the kangaroo with no pants. The demon has already found a way to express its emotions outwards by scorching Henry's body. The demon already has a canvas. It doesn't need another one. I should be saying Henry.
Henry. Henri.
Okay.
Ennui.
I mean, every other letter in French is silent, so...
So why are those symbols at the scene?
That's for you to find out, investigator. I'm only an expert on demons, not crime scenes.
Sure.
Okay, you mean they're faux letters?
Could the demon make Henry draw them?
What mysteries are around
The
us?
demon does not control Henry. It causes him to act, but he chooses how to act. Do you see the difference?
Like a boss that tells you what to do, not how to do it.
Precisely. If Henry were to do that, he'd be doing it under his own volition. I don't know about you, but I can't draw characters from a language I don't understand.
Why are you yeeting me?
I mean, why not? You're just so yeetable.
Tell me why Witness might want to kill the council.
Laughable.
1 second. Witness is damaged. He's whipped himself up into a religious craze. He started thinking things that shouldn't be thought about.
That's weird.
What things?
He's become apocalyptic, fatalistic, convinced the end is upon us.
How does a ghost know this?
Before I died, he came to see me. He had questions about demons, and I was the exorcist after all. He'd become fixated on the idea that a sea of demons could crash upon the island and wipe us out. A flood sent by the gods to wash away sin.
Sure.
What do you want to know from you?
Do you understand, investigator?
Are there signs to look for? Can we divine from the stars if a flood is coming? Harmless questions from someone who has the responsibility of overseeing the end of the islands. His role is to look for signs that an island is going to end and to make sure the death and birth happen properly.
Those are facts,
Properly.
but are they the truth?
The innocuous questions come first. Then he started asking about initiating a demonic invasion or using demons as weapons.
Why ask about that?
Because he's fucking nuts. He dressed it up in pretense about the warning signs of the end of an island. I'm not a fool, though. You don't ask those questions unless there is dark intent.
The investigator is here.
What'd you tell him?
How demons enter the islands, how possession works, all standard topics that everyone in this syndicate is educated on.
So why was he asking?
I think he was hoping for some nuance or details that wasn't public knowledge. I didn't give anything away. There are forbidden secrets that the exorcists got.
Is this a fact?
Let me
or
ask a
truth?
direct question. Do you think Witness was trying to use demons to cleanse the island?
That I can't say. He certainly was fixated on it, though.
Did you see Yuri last night?
The truth is all around you, investigator.
He was in the gardens, investigator. But what if there was a gap? You should speak to Lydia.
Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst?
It would be very convenient for that to happen last night, wouldn't it? I think whoever told you that is lying.
What do you know about the second Holy Seal?
Mystery awaits.
The mystery of mysteries. What is it? What's the secret? A closely guarded secret. People have found the answer.
Who?
That's too
I have a
easy.
bad feeling
I'm a
about
busy
this.
woman.
You are, but the path is worth treading. I have seen things, people talking, things being discarded. You'll need to search behind contrivances.
In your
Henry, in
space!
space!
In
Sorry,
your
go on.
professional opinion, could the demon possessing Henry keep Henry alive in the depths of space?
There haven't been any recorded incidents of it, but the universe is a vast and mysterious place, like the sea. When a demon possesses a person, they fuse with them, sometimes purely physically, sometimes only psychically. Henry's demon did both. It exerts a significant power over Henry.
Enough power to allow his body to withstand a vacuum.
Demons are not from our planet. They come from the most terrifying reaches of the cosmos. They are attuned to space in a way we can never be. Some demonic races exist only as psychic shadows. Some navigate the edges of black holes. Some bend cosmic energy into huge cities. The light demon could definitely hold a human body together while outside of our world.
What about psychically feeling out and manipulating a lock on another planet?
The second holding seal sounds thrilling, investigator. It varies from less to less, but most demons understand space far better than us. They understand that the cosmos isn't physical. It exists as a psychic plane as well. Some demonic races can see the psychic shape of space. They can see the essence of everything, and how it is linked on planes we can't
The
comprehend.
investigator is here.
What are the chances of the demon possessing Henry being the one that can hold his body together in the vacuum of space and physically perceive the inner workings of a secret lock?
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
What are the chances of the council being murdered and the exiled investigator being brought back?
Slim, then.
You need to decide what the truth is.
Do you know anything about the fourth Holy Seal?
I know it requires godliness to get through.
How do you know that?
As a spirit, I can go places others can't.
Got it.
How can someone get through it?
Find out how to become close to a god.
What about Henry?
What mysteries are
What are
around us?
gods and demons when you get down to it?
Aliens, beings from the depths of the universe.
How could this differentiate between a demon and a god? What if that's the flaw in their plan? Could a demon get through the god seal?
Could it?
Could it?
Check character 1. If G, allow through. If D, do not allow through.
Got it.
Know anything about demons on the island?
I was wondering when you'd encounter
That's
them.
strange.
Them?
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
I have seen as lot as
There's a lot of zings.
I have seen a lot of things. Watched a lot of people do a lot of things. Have you heard the rumors? A secret demonology research room run by someone that it shouldn't
I
be?
don't like this.
I've heard them.
There's a secret in the dead zone, but there's a problem with that, isn't there?
The dead zone is off limits. You need the correct key to get in, and you'd be logged.
The truth is all around you, investigator.
Precisely. What if there was another way in, though?
Mystery awaits.
A tunnel, perhaps?
What tunnel?
Do you like to drink, investigator? A nice wine on a summer's evening at the best bar in
Those are
town?
facts.
Yeah, we
But are
already
they
know
the
all
truth?
this.
A stroll afterwards? Well, I can't help it if you found me later than you were supposed to. Behind the bar, exploring the world, but you're fine.
I have a
Who?
bad feeling about this.
That's the interesting
Do
bit,
you
isn't it?
understand,
Our dear witness
investigator?
going where he
Ooh.
shouldn't.
Anyone
the
else?
investigator is here.
Mr. Daybreak is a very naughty boy, isn't he?
I'm glad
So, deciphering all that, Witness has been using a tunnel behind Sam's bar to get into the dead zone so he can use a secret demonology lab.
I am so frustrated with your little way of talking sometimes.
Tell me more about what happened.
Oh, if I must. I received a call from our dear Grand Marshal. She had arrested someone that was possessed and needed an exorcism. I was meeting with architect Carmelina at the time.
A meeting about what?
The next island, Perfect 25. One of her obsessions has been creating structures which repel demonic corruption. She has to come with me to view the exorcism.
What the hell?
Is that normal?
What is normal in this fucked up society? No, but I understood her interest. We arrived and she inspected the scene before I started my exorcism. She left to wait outside of the apartment. Henry was secured, and Akiko stepped out of the room to speak to Carmelina. I slipped into my meditative trance to perform the exorcism.
Mystery awaits.
Planes of existence swirled around me. I was lost in the maelstrom, with no sense of place or direction.
What mysteries are around us?
Then the life was being choked out of me. I have no idea who the attacker was or which direction they came from. I died, murdered. A short while later, I was floating above the island. I felt an all-consuming rage. I drifted towards the heavens, but my fury allowed me to claw my way back onto the island. Now here I am.
Sure.
These islands, huh?
More than you know.
What do you know about KHX's disappearance?
Another mystery for the great investigator. I don't know what happened to him, but he's still on the island somewhere.
Did you see the
Why
Grand
is-
Marshal last night?
Why is this the voice that's
The
killing
truth
me?
is all around you, investigator.
The R's, the rolled R's did nothing, but this one.
Because this one's in your throat, that one was in your mouth. It's always the voices that are in your throat that are a lot worse.
Speak to the Grand Marshal, investigator. See if you believe her. No.
Did you see the architect
Do you
last night?
understand, investigator?
Have you asked witness? Convenient she was there, isn't it? No.
Did you see Crimson last night?
You should speak to her, investigator. She doesn't have an alibi anyone can corroborate.
Did you see the doctor last night?
What mysteries are around us?
Sorry. His clinic holds a secret.
Did you see Lydia and Sam last
Do
night?
you understand?
They were making out furiously. I still don't know how that works with the skeleton. The logs at the Paradise Gates will confirm several things. Their alibis and their time frame. Consider the time frame, investigator.
Did you see Witness to the End last
Are you
night?
happy with your truths?
Witness and Carmelina spent the evening together. I wonder if that means anything.
What do you know about the escape last night?
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
Everyone is lying. What about the distance and time? Have you checked that? Did Henry go through the Syndicate HQ? He'll have been logged if he did.
Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building?
What mysteries are
The council
around us?
building is awash with evidence, investigator. Check everywhere. What secrets does the sea hold? What about reaching for the sky?
What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago?
Mystery awaits.
Was his possession when these wheels were set in motion? You should find out. What if someone set him up? What if this was part of the plan? What if someone needed to trigger the end of the island? What if someone accessed the grimoires in the library? By the way, do you like my mime stuck in an invisible box pose?
Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal?
Who could get through there? A special lock requires an unusual key.
May you always live in the shadow.
And may you reach the moon. Thank God.
You know, I think the best thing about this voice is it sort of varies between like Monty Python's French guy and
Yes.
like Wada from episode 1. If everything it's no good here, only money.
God.
Anyway.
Guess we're not done yet. We still have more to talk about. Basically, just talked to a bunch of people this session. We still have more talking to do.
Oh,
Yeah, funny how an investigation game involves talking to people.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Stokes, be sure and have like a lozenge or something.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm not housing those voices in my throat. I know better than to try to keep them in there.
All right.
I keep them in a box by my bed.
Nice. Join us next time for more of this.
Bye-bye,
The more
everyone.
silly voice investigations. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
I'm enthralled by you, chat. I want to see you back here again.
Oh boy.